there, this is Andy Richardson with RE/MAX in Wilmington, North Carolina. Today we're going to be talking about appraisals and what to do if your appraisal comes in low on the home that you're purchasing. So here in Wilmington, we're starting to see a seller's market in most price ranges, most locations. And one of the aspects of the seller's market we're starting to see is multiple offers with a much higher demand and lower supply that produces multiple offers on properties that multiple buyers are interested in. With that and with that higher demand, that lower supply, we're seeing sellers price properties pretty aggressively. And if buyers want to purchase a property, they have to kind of go up and purchase the property. With that, sometimes the appraisers cannot keep up with current market conditions. Even worse, sometimes we have out-of-town appraisers coming in and trying to appraise properties here in Wilmington, and they can't really keep up with what's going on in the Wilmington market. So we're starting to see some appraisal issues a little bit. With that being said, appraisal comes in low, you have a couple different options. The first option, of course, is to go to the seller and ask the seller to lower the price to the appraised value. That is certainly one option. Some sellers are willing to do that because they know that the property, in order for a buyer to purchase it, most buyers don't want to pay over appraised value. The second option is what I just mentioned. The buyer can actually make up the difference between the appraised value and the purchase price difference there. What I mean by that is the lender is only going to lend a certain percentage based on your loan amount, whether it's 80% or 90% of the actual appraised value or the contract price, whichever is lower. So if the contract price is say $200,000 and it appraises at $190,000, then the appraiser is only going to lend, they're doing an 80-20 loan, they're only going to lend 80% of $190,000. So therefore, you're going to have to make up the difference between the 80% of $190,000 to the purchase price of $200,000. Obviously, that's not the most ideal situation there, but it does happen sometimes. The third option is to meet somewhere in the middle, have the seller come off the price a little bit, have the buyer go up a little bit. Everyone's happy, win-win situation for everybody. And the fourth and final option is if the appraisal comes back during the due diligence time period, which we highly recommend, is to go ahead and terminate the contract, walk away from it, let's go find another house, and hopefully, we won't have to run into that appraisal situation again. Obviously, before we ever make offers on properties, we recommend, and we always run comps, we want to make sure that, you're aware what you're paying for the house is, above what other people have paid or right in line with what other people have paid. We want to make reasonable offers. At the same time, we want to make sure that you're not overpaying for a property. So those are things that we do to make sure that we've got your best interests in mind whenever you're purchasing a home with us. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me or call me. Thanks so much. Have a great day.